So then we were talking a little bit about how to create the causes for the Lama if you don't already have one. And we keep saying that you should check them out for a while before you commit to them. But the thing is, you can't go to teachings and kind of wait for a teacher to do some kind of magical thing, and then you decide, oh, then they must be my Lama, and then take them on. It's not like there is some self-existent magic that they can do. Doesn't exist that way. So the idea is that you invest the power into them, by surrendering to them. And I was thinking about this. Lama Marut talked about it, and I think about it a lot. The Islamic religion, you see the way that they practice, it's very beautiful. They go about their day, but then 5 times a day they stop what they're doing, they roll out their rug, and they invest power into their God. And with the Lama, it's similar, except there is no blind faith with the Lama. It's you're surrendering to them, you're investing in them, and it's based purely in understanding of emptiness and karma. It's completely founded upon understanding of causality. But the thing that is so beautiful about watching people practice Islam is that they do that practice, and then for them, their God functions as a savior, right? Because they give their God that power. And with the Lama, it's also emotional, right? It should be with all your heart. That again, based in understanding. It's based in wisdom. And then, like Ori said, if you already have taken a Lama, then your only task is to hold the line. You already made the leap, so now you just have to hold the line no matter what, and you just decide, no matter how they appear, I'm going to hold the line, and I'm going to keep doing these karmic kind of acts of truth to show them, that it's like you're professing to them your belief that they are an enlightened being. And by doing that over and over again in little things that you do and in big things that you do, you're creating that enlightened being for you. And the thing is, like I was saying at the beginning of class with the upward spiral, that you can't practice really morality. It's not really a perfection until you have wisdom. But you can't really go throughout your day applying wisdom to your actions unless you have some level of concentration, right? You just forget. There's too many things, you're distracted. You can't remember emptiness all the time when you're doing things, virtuous or non-virtuous things, right? So that's why the 4th preliminary is so important. It's like you're taking the way that you build your Lama into your meditation. The one time that or 2, or however many times you sit in the day, you're taking that time that you sit and you slow your mind down, you're able to get to as still a place as possible. You take that kind of quality of mind and you apply it towards building your Lama. So that you can create that perfect Lama with that kind of like mental power that you have in a meditation. And that's why you spend so much time on the Lama in all the practices of this tradition. It's like the foundation of like all the higher practices that you do.
I feel like there's a tendency that to get down on ourselves a lot. Like, I don't deserve this, or we thought the best strategy to get people to do the journals was to say that they would get kicked out. And then some people miss the few journal entries and kick themselves out. You see? But the thing about a Lama, which is so special, is they are there for you. So to purify past deeds that might hold you up, they're available. They're available to help you to totally clean that out. And to gain all that merit that you need, they're there. They're there in the fourth stage of the preliminary every single morning. They're there so that you can gain this incredible merit. In higher teachings in certain schools, they say one of the biggest obstacles is thinking that what's in your visualization is not actually real. It's because of that. It's how deep an impact you'll make with the merit that you're gaining as you visualize your Lama in the fourth part of the wilderness. Even someone like Milarepa, who had horrible misdeeds against his family and everything, and when he went to study with Marpa, and then Marpa said, "Go build a tower." And he built the tower, and he was bleeding, and the tower made of stone, a pointless tower that no one really, what's the point? And then Marpa knocked it down and said, "That's pathetic. You're pathetic. This whole thing is ridiculous. Build the second tower." And it went on and on like that. Say, what's the point of that? But then you really have to think about how, in this world where we are, if you want to master something, you have to go and find a teacher who's a master of it. And when you go to the teacher, like if it's piano, you have to study under them. And they're not going to tell you, play this Brahms concerto the first thing you do. They're going to say, clean the keys. They're going to say, clean the strings. They're going to say, scrub the floor. Say, what's scrubbing the floor have to do with playing the piano? But it's because you took on that role. It's a special relationship. At least 4 years of effort every single day. Hours of effort every day studying under them, right? And then you are a concert pianist, right? Or whatever skill that it is, or painting or piano or writing or whatever. And same in the spiritual life. We just have to accept that in this world, that is the only way to do it, period. And there is no other way. In the beginning of the class, when we said, if you don't feel like prostrating, then please don't prostrate it. But what we really wanted to say was, what are you, crazy? Do you know how much merit it takes to even talk about one of these subjects? We can't even teach without prostrating. We often think, oh, here's this lineage. It came thousands of years. Thousands of practitioners have done exactly the teaching in a direct lineage that was passed down to them and gained all of the realizations. But I know I can make some small changes. I can decide what I want to do and what I don't want to do. I'm a modern person. I really know what's best. And that's fine, but you're not going to get the goal that is described in the teaching. You will not get that goal. Okay, and the same playing piano, the same play cello or writing or painting or marketing or whatever it is that you want to do, right? That's a last comment about Lama.
I just have a little side note, which is that once you do find a Lama and take on a Lama, it's like everything is fine after that. Like you're okay. You don't have to worry anymore, really. It's such like, it's a relief because just sitting here, for example, I have nothing to give you, really. I sit here and the first thing I think about is like, I beg Lama Lisette and Lama Christie and Lama James to come and teach through me. Because otherwise I'm just wasting your time. So your Lama is a direct link to all the teachings. Your Lama, that makes your Lama the Buddha. Your Lama is the Buddha because of that.
There's no other way for a Buddha to impact you or to even come to you except as a teacher. Period. And all they can do is give you the instruction, and then whether or not you do it is completely up to you. And that's why those crazy deities that look like demons, whether or not it's a demon that's bringing you down to the lowest hell or an angel that's pulling you up to heaven, depends on your virtue. Depends on your virtue. Okay? It's the same with every single thing out there. You know, and a Lama is no different. All they can do is give you the instruction. If that was the karma that you planted to have this opportunity in your life and you want to throw it away, that's up to you. Then they have a different function for you. You know, and it's totally empty. Say, oh, the Dalai Lama, he's too political. I don't like him. Oh, the Dalai Lama, he's so amazing. I love him so much. Totally equal. You know, Dalai Lama is totally empty. It's not up to the Dalai Lama. It's not up to the Buddha. You know? Okay. So like beginning with the exhale. And your breath is really gentle. It's like you're not controlling it. Now just put your focus on the breath like your life depends on it. We've been creating a secret place, a paradise where we meet our lamas when we meditate. Go to that place. You see your lama before you. Kind of like beautiful, radiant, glowing light. They're complete, pure love. They are in a form you recognize, in a human form. But their body is a Buddha's body of pure light. Bring your attention to their eyes. Look into their eyes. Look deeply into their eyes and see what they see in you. Think of the emptiness of your body and your mind. Think about the form you're currently in, how you normally see yourself. The only difference between the two is one you see and function in, and one you see just as an image. You believe in one. They are both mental images. Stay in the one that the Lama sees. Look again at your Lama. think of how they are appearing now and how they normally appear to you. Think of the emptiness of their mind and the emptiness of their body. Now look into their eyes. And promise them you will work hard to reach stillness, to see emptiness directly. And ask them to help you. And they always agree. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and come back feeling.
So you're going to see in the reading the part of the fourth preliminary is visualizing the merit field. And just wanted to explain, it can be very elaborate, so just kind of wanted to explain a little bit of the symbolism that's within the reading. And if you like, post it on our website, what each thing means and the symbols and what they mean, so you can look there. I'm just going to do like a brief thing. And then also the side note is that Geshe Michael says that when he does this preliminary, for him it's enough to get his lama on top of his head and that's it. You know, so don't get caught up in the details, it's not the point. It's like it's to generate emotion and it's to what the preliminaries do is to create merit. Right? It's for that. So make it your own, right? They say, you know, at this preliminary, if you don't have a lama, what should you visualize? They say you should visualize the original lama, which is Lord Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. And that will plant the seeds to have the Buddha emanate in the form of a human being for you. Personally, I used to, before I took on a lama, I used to see His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. And I used to go, I've been to a lot of the Dalai Lama's teachings, and I can still consider him one of my lamas. You know, he's taught me so much. And that's perfect if you're seeing His Holiness, he's like every lama in one being. He's incredible. Self-existent, right? So first it says, first envision a throne held aloft by 8 great lions. So the lions represent the 8 riches, which are the 4 knowledges and the 4 fearlessnesses. And I wrote what it means on the website, so I'm not going to go through when you're doing the lion visualization, it's nice because it helps you to make it into a three-dimensional experience. You know, because the lions are like a live thing. Sometimes when you see the llama, it can look like just like this flat thing, but you want them to really be there with you. So the lions can help that, you know.
Mhm.
You can see them kind of like their muscles moving around and stuff. On the throne, you're supposed to see a multicolored lotus. And a multicolored lotus symbolizes renunciation, because it rises out of samsara, out of ignorance. And then atop the lotus is the sun. And the sun is wisdom, like the light that eradicates ignorance. And then there's a moon above the sun, which symbolizes compassion. Because it's the looking at me is funny. The sun and the moon also have like it's a deeper meaning, right? If you know the yogic teachings on the inner body, the sun and the moon symbolize the two side channels, right? And then so in Buddhism there's also that practice of the inner body of getting the side channels to collapse into the central channel. More advanced teachings. And then you should visualize your lama in the form of a Buddha. And you do it in the way that we did the meditation just now. You see your lama in the form that they appear to you in, but you kind of like shine them up a little bit so that you don't make them ordinary. But you want them to be real, right? The lama is not appearing to you as some kind of like sparkling deity, because they want to be able to be a person that you can relate to, right? So you see them how they emanated to you, but you make them a little bit more, you make them a little less ordinary, right? There's this story that Geshe Lothar told about, is it Lord Atisha? No, who was it? The monk? Oh, Marpa. So he tells a story, I'll just say it's about a monk then. So the monk goes in to see his lama, and he walks into the room, and he sees his lama sitting there, but he also sees the paradise form of a Buddha. And so then he's like, who do I bow to? So he bows to the paradise form of a Buddha. And then in that moment, the lama withdraws the Buddha into his heart. And the teaching, then the Lama says, there has never been a Buddha without the Lama first. And so it's like the teaching is they're one and the same, but your Lama is there in a way that you can relate to.
I mean, the catch to that story is because of that, he wasn't able to attain enlightenment in that lifetime.
So he should have bowed
To his Lama. He's just some person.
That's all. You can see more details on that sheet, but I don't want to go through each one of those things. Anything else to say?
In the Tibetan tradition, in our tradition, it's suitable to take on lots of different lamas. I just wanted to mention one thing, which is when you go to like lectures like this, I think really be careful about how you regard your attendance, because you should really take care about who you take as a teacher, And, like someone like Gelek Rinpoche, I think he has like 180 lamas or something like that. But he said every single one of them he checked. So it doesn't mean don't go to lectures. It means if you're going to something purely for informational purposes, then just recognize that, Because if you go in and you regard them as a teacher, then you have some kind of karmic obligation to maintain a certain level of practice and etiquette and view, on them, like that. So it's good, take there's so many amazing lamas. It's like miraculous that it's true, but there's these amazing lamas out there, and they're available, and they're teaching on this planet, and you can go and attend teachings with them, and that's amazing.
Venerable Punsok.
Venerable Punsok is, if you had, he teaches here on Fridays, and he's been teaching that class since I was like 9 or something, so almost like 20 years. And he's also like, every year the Dalai Lama's teachings, he's like one row closer to the Dalai Lama.
So
Because
fun
he's
to see.
he's an exceptional Western Buddhist teacher, and I think he's like rising in the ranks, like, as a real recognized, amazing.
And then there's a lot of great teachers that are in 3-year retreat right now that when they come out, they would be great to study with.
Yeah, and great lamas, John Stillwell,
Yeah,
Hector
for sure.
Marcel, and lots of amazing people. My mom,
Akasha.
who's gonna teach here soon, and you should do.
He was just ordained. That's his new name.
Yeah,
Venerable Akasha.
Ritesh. So, and then, so we're finishing early, so we can do if anyone has a question.
So we're on chapter 5?
Oh, is it missing?
Yeah.
Is it not on the website either?
No.
Here, I'll check.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. There's no reading. That's what reading 5. Yeah, that's. I don't know why, but that's
Okay, we'll email you about it.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
For homework, you said it's
Yeah, just wait till next week to do it because we didn't go into any of it
okay.
in the class.
And what about the reading?
The reading is there for reading 4. Reading 4 is there.
And we should read.
You can read reading 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks so much for your efforts. Thanks for your books and everything.
We love all of you so much.
Really?